In this lesson, we are going to learn about lift core load design. So it is very important to understand and know about lift core load. See, when we have a lift core, then we'll get here car load, then counterweight load, and also counterweight load. Okay, and this is the meshing room. Okay, this is the meshing room. Your meshing access room can be in different way. Then lifting beam, here also a lifting beam if needed. And now we'll understand about, and now we'll calculate that total load on that slab. Actually, we'll draw a slab in that portion. Here we'll draw a slab at a certain height, and then we'll go for we'll apply load on it. So we know lift is a moving element and it's have two types of load. So maybe this pen is not working. Let me open again. Okay, no problem. So now we'll get two types of load. The one is meshing load, counterweight load, and one is our box load, okay, our car load, and here another is our meshing load. So if I just go here, just see, let's say our meshing load is 300 kilonewton kg. Our counterweight load and the car load will be same, 1200 kg. And let's say each elevator can carry 8 people. So 8 people into 80 kg, that means total load will be 1840 kg, and this one will be M2 and this one will be M1. Now if we go for calculation, see, this is our equation. This equation for dynamic load, and this is for a static equation. This is dynamic equation and this is a static equation, and we will carry, or we will consider maximum of them. Okay, which one will be maximum? We'll carry them. Now this is M1 M2, M1 plus M2, and M1 plus M2 into G, and here 4. So if I go here for dynamic, this is the equation for dynamic. We'll provide M1 and M2 value, and we have calculated that value. And also for static, we have found that value, and we have seen the value from static, it's higher than our dynamic. Now we'll consider a static value, and here the value of this is our static value plus our meshing weight. Okay, so that value was in Newton, that's why kg, so we have multiplied with 9.8 on to convert it on Newton. So this is a total load. This is a total load in Newton. And now, so total UDL, uniformly distributed load, how much will be if we divided that value with 1 square meter, then it will be same, but Newton per square meter. And we have converted that value in kilonewton per square meter, and we know 1 kilonewton equal to 20.89 lb. Okay, a pound. So here 32 into 20.89 here 4.5 pound per square feet. Okay, now actually kilonewton per meter, kilonewton per meter square equal to 20.89 psf. So this is our final load, and also we have considered 5% extra load. Okay, so if we consider that value plus that value into 5%, so it's 7 to 0 psf. So total lift load will be 7 to 0 psf. Is it clear to you? So in this way we have to provide our lift load. Now I'll go to our software, and if I take mouse here, see what is our value object here. Here you will see what is the value object. 158 feet. Okay, 158 feet. So below we know from that point this is 148 and this is 158. That means 10 feet height. And here above 4 feet, I will place our slab for meshing room. So where we will place our meshing. So 148 to plus 4 equal to 152. I'll just go here, edit, modify, and modify. We know here reference plane. I'll click add, and this value will be 152, and lift slab room, lift slab room. Okay, then click here, okay, refresh, and okay. So here our that portion. Now we'll create our slab here. So to create our slab, I will just take rectangular portion and slab for lift core slab. So from that point to that point, also here from that point to that point, done. And by selecting that put to slab, I'll just go assign, then I'll go for shell load, uniform load. First of all, this is for lift load. You may remember this is for lift load, and this value will be 720. Apply, again pre-select, and provide floor finish. Let's see, 25. Provide some live load. Select, apply, done. So we have applied it all of our load. See here, this is your slab portion. So we have applied it all of our load that is required perfectly. Now we'll go for earthquake and wheel load, and then we'll go for analysis our model. So thank you very much.